All right, you can see me. We got hold on, see. Okay. Okay, 30 seconds. All right. Hello, 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 everybody. Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Well, welcome everybody to your next episode of the Proud Mary podcast. I am one of your hosts, Monique J, aka Let's Be Honest, and this is,
92 Stag.
and we are known as the Proud Mary podcast, where we give it to you nice when we can and rough when we must. Well, as you guys see, I'm not in my normal setup. I am cat sitting there. Wait, I'm going the wrong way. Where you at? Over there. There you go. I am cat sitting. So if you guys see the scenery is a little different, that is why. But we ain't gonna hesitate any longer because we got a whole lot for you all today. But before we get started, what we want you to do is definitely make sure you hit the subscribe button, which should be just down below, and share out this broadcast right now to your friends, to your family, and make sure that you get ready to comment. We love to see comments, and then we will be pinning the weight in order to join us if you want to be able to come up later when we have segments in the area in which we're going to allow people to come up. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and get started. And in our first area, what we doing? We're going to do Let's Talk Politics. I know y'all ready for this. We got so much that has happened. Stag is going to go ahead and jump it off with our first subject and go ahead. Let's go, Stag.
So first, we could go into, of course, the snatching up of y'all boy Maduro. Because of that, Congress tried to remove his authority to put troops in Venezuela because of that. It failed. Well, it passed with the by the House or the Senate, one of those. I think it was in the Senate. It passed in the Senate, but not with a veto-proof majority, which means that Trump, of course, will veto it. But I want you
Your
guys to know,
microphone kind of
for
going out.
a traitor, my phone.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Go ahead.
So these are your traitor Republicans, and I was surprised at this first one, but as of lately, I'm not surprised because I kind of, been looking at them sideways. Rand Paul,
Mm.
Lisa Murkowski, Todd Young, Susan Collins, and Josh Hawley, which I'm sure shocked some people too. They voted with the Democrats to limit the president's war powers, which they can't. The only thing that limits his power is the Constitution, Article 2 of the Constitution. Congress can't write laws to limit the power of the executive because they don't like what he's doing. So that to them. Now, Trump said that the vote greatly hampers American self defense and national security, and it is impeding the president's authority as commander in chief, which I happen to agree with.
Yep.
So, what do you think about that, Mo?
Well,
Say that Congress people.
I'm not at this point. I'm not shocked by what none of these non-Americans do. What is sad about it though is that there are people that we voted in, and I can probably I'm not going to go close to perfect, but I'm going to say about 85% guarantee you that they have not asked any of their constituents what do they think about this. I can guarantee you that they are up there functioning in their own personal feelings based on whatever their personal views are and not thinking about the views of the people who voted them in. And that is
Mm-hmm.
what's sad about all of this, because I don't see them most of the time doing that. It's like we take a chance voting them in. We take a chance, we vote them in. They say a few talking points, a few things that we may agree with, and then after that, they just a free for all until the next time to do whatever the heck they want, as if they did talk to us or ask us, and that's real crazy to me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the next thing is talking about what has happened in the aftermath of the snatching up of your boy
Mm-hmm.
Maduro.
Mm-hmm.
So the Venezuelan government is fully cooperating with the United States in their wishes, despite what the media will have you think that they are not. And we know this because they have given some confessions so far.
Yep.
They have agreed to give us 30 to 50 million barrels of oil.
Mm.
They will now be buying all, sorry, my thing for Bible study. They will be now buying all of their, all that money they're going to be making on that oil. Well, they are only going to be buying American products.
Okay.
They're not getting nothing from nobody but America.
Okay.
And they have agreed to releasing political prisoners there in Venezuela.
Okay. Well, that.
So, and the oil companies will be spending $100 billion to rebuild the infrastructure. Now, this is what I didn't know. Like, I know that they had been kicked out of the country, and the way the left to tell you is that they just kicked them out or whatever. But the
Mm-hmm.
oil companies had went in and they had built that infrastructure for that oil. And then once they nationalized the oil, they kicked them out because, of course, they didn't need them because they
Right.
nationalized it.
Right.
It's just run by everything. But it is now, decrepit and everything. And uh, according to our great president, he said that it's hard to get, really get what they need out of, really get down in there because of the thick, layers, whatever, however.
Mm-hmm.
So they need them to go in. And I think because people are like, oh, he just did it for the oil. I think that we would deserve something for liberating the country and for getting the infrastructure in there and the equipment so that they can really pump up as much oil as they need to, so that they can be prosperous and wealthy. I don't think that's too much to ask that they give us a little bit of the oil. I don't think so,
Right. I don't
right?
think so either.
Um, also, Trump said Maduro's safe house wasn't safe, that they had blowtorches that cut like butter, but we didn't need them. But we didn't need them. So even if he made it to the safe house, he's saying he still wouldn't have been safe.
He wouldn't have been safe because he would have
No,
got
because
he
we
would have
got them
got through
torches
on
that
that.
cut like butter, he said, but we didn't
Yes.
need them. He said they took it away from, what was that? He said is this what we were? And the rebuild infrastructure. Yeah, he said they were going to be spending 100 billion to rebuild infrastructure. He said they took it away from us in the early 2000s. He said I just took it back. So there you go.
And but that's the thing. That's
But
the thing. I don't think people, you know, how can I say stuff? A lot of stuff was going on, and people were not into. they weren't into politics like they are now. And so a lot of things that were going on that were done wrong, and they had no clue
Hmm.
about it. And now it looks like Trump is just being this big bully boss, but no, people were bullying and doing us wrong, and we didn't have people in authority or strong enough to stop what was happening. So that's why you didn't hear about it, because people was being able to push us around, and nobody wasn't complaining.
Hmm.
you know
Yep, that's what it is. Now we have a strong leader, and he said that this is going to mean, lower oil prices all over the world because now
hmm
we're going to put OPEC out of business. Then he says, the lady who won the Nobel Peace Prize and she had dedicated it to Trump. Well, I
hmm
think that she met with him recently and she said she wanted to give her Nobel Prize to Trump for
yeah.
liberating her country. I thought that was beautiful.
Yeah, they were talking
Um,
about she wanted to come and visit, and he was saying, "Oh yeah, she want to come to the White House. She can come to the White House." He's so mean, but he really doesn't exhibit, especially to regular people. I feel like
mhm.
he shows in his actions that he's not as mean as everybody tries to make it seem like he is.
Right. So we
Yeah.
have another situation brewing in the world. But first, I want to say this that the the removal of Maduro and the
Mhm.
United States managing Venezuela,
Mhm.
it is going to, by proxy, liberate the people of Cuba because Cuba depended on Venezuela for oil.
Mhm.
And now they're not getting that anymore. And Trump has warned them they need to make a deal before it's too late. That's what they told them. Also, with the United States managing things, I know that y'all hate Trump, but he's making sure that
He
the
said,
money
"Y'all
is
hate
going
Trump."
to benefit the people of Venezuela because right now the way that it hadn't been. That's why the people were so poor and were eating out
Mhm.
of garbage cans and their money wasn't worth nothing because they had a thug in their running their country who was just
Mhm.
selling their stuff for pennies on the dollar and putting the money in his pocket.
Doing
So
exactly
he
what the
didn't
heck
spend
he
anything
wanted
on
to
the
do.
country or the people.
But nobody had a
Right.
problem with that.
But we have another situation brewing where it looks as if the people of Iran are ready to be free. They have had protests going on over there we're going to the third week now. It's really it's the younger crowd and those who remember Iran before the Ayatollah. They remember what it was, before that. Also, the United States is fully backing the people of Iran.
Mhm.
And so I think that that is emboldening them even more because they know that they have the support of the United States. But if you go back in Trump's first term, Mike Pompeo and Trump have said, and they said numerous times, that if the people of Iran wanted to be free, to them to overthrow their government. But if they should, that the United States would be standing by to offer them any assistance that they needed, but it would be up to them to overthrow their government. Now, Trump has also issued a warning to the Iranian government. He told them that they better not start shooting protesters. And if they shoot, we will shoot. So that is his line in the sand is, them killing protesters. Then the United States will step in. Um, Also, I hear, don't know how true it is because we're not in the rooms, that he's having them to draw a plan for, and to go into Iran should they have to. Hey, baby, look at you. You want a spotlight? You want to get
Go
in
ahead.
the conversation?
Keep going.
So,
I'm
what do you
sorry.
think of that, Mo? What's going on over there in Iran? Oh, and one other thing. The government cut their, internet so that they couldn't, stream
Yeah.
out what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And Elon got him Starlink so that we can still see what's going on there.
Is it working though? Because I thought they said that they
It's
somehow
got to
tried.
be because I'm seeing stuff coming out of there. It's got to be.
Yeah, I felt like because I had heard somebody say something about that, like they were trying to do they were sending Starlink, but then also they tried to stop that from working as well.
Well, I don't think that they can because it's a satellite.
Yeah, it's a
Iran
satellite.
ain't
I
got
don't.
nothing over there.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't know
think
what
it.
these people be thinking about these other countries and what's up? They primitive over there in these other countries. What are you talking about? They can't do nothing with us. Crazy. It's crazy talk. Y'all
Yeah,
stop being scared.
I don't.
Scared, go to church. No.
I don't know why they just wouldn't. Well, I ain't gonna say I don't know why, because I do know why. Because they this is fearful for them. For so long, you've had one person controlling everything, and but I don't see how people thought forever in any of those kind of countries that these people wasn't gonna be seeing people free, and what I'm saying, and doing things and having freedoms and this and then they were gonna just not one day start rebelling. It's
But you know what I think it is? I think that it is the United States leadership. I think that because in the past, whatever side of the aisle they were on, they had these wars to take resources from countries. And I understand people's apprehensions about what's going on in Venezuela and other things, but
hmm
it's not us going and stealing their resources, right?
hmm
This administration wants the people to be okay in these countries and to make sure that we're okay too. Like we spend a lot of money and resources to do these things that we're doing. And in the interim, Venezuela is going to still need some security, some structure, and they need somebody who know what they're doing because they haven't had a leader. They've had somebody sitting in a leadership seat, but he wasn't leading the country, right?
Somebody
So,
mentioned that the Trump, and I don't know if you heard it. I didn't hear it. I've been watching everywhere. I haven't seen it. That he said he the president of Venezuela now. Did you hear that he said that?
well, you could say that. Did he say stuff just to trigger
I
them?
know, I know.
He say something to trigger them, but he did say we'll probably be there for about a year. And this is the thing in past years, when the United States has went in and took leaders out, they have a
hmm
snap election, and it's usually because they put their puppet in there. And then once they get their puppet in there, they do just what Maduro was doing. They steal all of the stuff with these backroom deals with the United States so that they can get all of their resources and the people still end up starving, right? They don't excel. The country doesn't do better. It doesn't get better, especially not for the people. So I can understand people's apprehension, when they see something that looks like regime change in the way that they're used to seeing it. But this is a new dawn, a new day, a new America,
You
and we are
lied.
not trying to take advantage of the world. We want the world to be okay so they can get out our pocket. So
Right.
if we help these countries to do better, utilize their resources to build their economies, right? Then they can get out of our pockets.
And I'm all for
But
getting
they
that out,
wanted to do, but
getting
they
them
didn't
people
want
out
those
this
countries to
country
do
too.
better because they wanted to be able to say we got to send them this money, and then they laundering it right back into their pockets.
hmm
So,
Yeah. I'm all for getting them out our pockets because I'm all for getting them other people out our pockets too and out our country because I'm still we know what the whole purpose is behind trying to make us function on all this other stuff. But we not ignoring the fraud. We not gonna ignore any of these other things. We got to get our stuff together ourselves, and we ain't got time to be we don't have time to be fixing and doing for everybody else. I don't feel we do.
hmm and there was something else that I was going to say too before you said
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to find
something that Marco Rubio had said that was kind of important there. But basically, I did want to say too, Marco Rubio is telling these judges, you can't tell us what to do,
he
which
told
they
her,
can't. These federal judges to to
hey
dictate
window.
foreign policy and how we deal and what we doing over there in Venezuela. And I don't know federal judge got no authority to do that. That's an egregious violation of separation of powers.
You
Go,
know
what you
you
think you're doing?
they think they hold on, I'm gonna try to hook this other mic in. See if it helps me.
But I think that they need to sit back, relax, and let these things, go play out because ultimately. we are getting world peace, whether they realize it yet or not. We getting world peace.
Mm.
And there will be no more, because they've always needed to you to think that these other countries were capable of doing us harm, because then that gives you that's another way to control you and make you think that some of the things that they had to do because, oh my God, China and Iran. But I want to show you something.
What you
We
got?
took we took China's tanker and we took two tankers from Russia, and they
Mm.
ain't do nothing. They ain't, none of them came together. Russia didn't call China and was like, let's go get my boat back, and vice versa. We snatched their boy up out of their country, out of his seat in the middle of the night, and
Hey, Wendell.
China done invested money over there, which they not getting back. And not Iran, not China, not Russia, none of them said nothing to the United States. Now they did get up and say, "Oh, we condemn this." So yeah, that's all they said. And they putting some raggedy ships in the water, but what they gonna do? Like, y'all need to stop it. Y'all need to realize who we are. As our president then said, we got some stuff they ain't even seen before, right?
Th- They said
Nobody.
that
We have
you
the
need
best
to.
technology and the best equipment in the world,
They
and
said
we
that
have the
we
best
need to
trained
stop thinking
military.
that we are so strong and everybody's so scared of us because that's not the case. That's what the word on the street being.
Oh well, let me tell you. Then they hearing the word wrong and they on the wrong street.
They've been listening to Mama Joyce.
'Cause I'm watching it. If you just look with your eyes and see it, then because the European nation, they see the writing on the wall and they are terrified that the United States is no longer going to be under their thumb and their military force to go bully other countries for them, because they ain't got no none of them have a military that can stand up for to us. And then you have to consider the fact that most of the time they force people to join their military. We have people who volunteer to go and defend this country.
Hmm.
Okay. That's a whole different mindset out there on the war field. Okay.
Yeah, and I heard it was some fierce. It was some fierce when they went and got Maduro.
And they can sit up there, and I saw this podcast where they're talking about, somebody was saying, they don't believe the story, and they think that he made a deal for them to come and get him, because, and I say, so it's just impossible for y'all to think that we just that good. We just that good,
It's
and we
impossible.
this was skill, training, and power, and y'all just refuse to believe that our military is that
My
good.
question is how are you even doubting it and you are a citizen of this country? I guess that's my thing. I'm not saying don't question, but to seem like you, like a lot of the people are talking like they don't want it to be true. They want us to be some busters. And see, that's the part,
Thank
like
you.
even if I know anything is possible, I'm still ain't gonna never. If I'm on a team, I'm always talking like my team is gonna be the winner, it's the best, it can do the best, all that. I don't understand it.
They don't get it, and I'm gonna tell you this too. Greenland can get out there, and that prime minister can keep on doing all of the press conferences he wants and talking about how they ain't for sale. They ain't got to be for sale, but they gonna get snatched up. That's what's gonna happen, because our is not going to play around with our national security. And he done already told them what it is. China and Russia got ships circling around there. Russia is expanding its military bases into the Arctic. China is calling itself the Arctic Asia, or whatever nickname they done gave themselves or something. So they have plans on taking that region, and it is a very important shipping lane. Trump is
Yeah.
thinking of the future where wars, what the war front would look like in the future if we don't have this territory locked down, right?
Mm-hmm,
What
mm-hmm.
is going to look like in the future of trade if we don't get the, because that's a shorter shipping lane. And Russia is, do y'all know how close Russia and China is to Greenland? And you know how close Greenland is to Canada, right? So he told them already they can do it the easy way or the hard way, but they coming. They coming. Because our president is not going to let Greenland fall into the hands of our adversaries. And Greenland already can't support itself, and Denmark can't help them. So what happens when they need money? And China comes and says, hey, we'll give you this much money if you let us, build a base here, mine some resources, or whatever they ask for. What do you
Mm-hmm.
do then? And then they got a foothold there because that's what was happening in Venezuela. And that's why he shut that down. And the boss move was China came there the day after. And you know who they saw? Marco Rubio. China showed up to make some kind of deal with Venezuela and walked in, and Marco Rubio was there. Like, can I help you? Y'all need
We
to know who we are. And again, they ain't do nothing. We took Russia's boat, and they threatened Ukraine. Ukraine
that
ain't take your boat. We did. What
right.
smoke
That
for us?
that's not funny, but it is funny because they literally went and basically did a well. That's okay because we about to do this to them, like hitting. Well,
Right.
it might hurt. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, it might hurt me a little bit if somebody hits you. Right, I'm gonna feel a certain kind of way, but at the same time, it ain't gonna hurt me like if it was me.
It ain't gonna hurt us at all. We don't give a damn about Ukraine. I hate to say it, but our president ain't thinking about Ukraine. That's Europe's problem.
Right,
What's going on over there is their problem.
I
That's not
agree.
our problem. And we've been focused on that region in Europe, in the Middle East, and all of these other places that we have neglected our own national security while there are uh, Venezuela, Colombia, Brazil are cozying up to Russia and China and allowing them a foothold in our region while we overprotecting everybody all the way over there across the pond. We over there protecting Ukraine's borders and everybody else's borders, and ours is wide open. And we not paying attention to our own security over here on this hemisphere. And everybody depends on the United States. Canada depends on us for defense.
Mm-hmm.
Mexico is covered under the blanket of our security. All of these nations that y'all keep on saying, y'all think that they saying something when they get on the microphone and they think they talking slick to the United States. But you rather better remember who the United States is. We pay the cost to be the boss. So they can talk all that noise if they want to, but they really don't want to make an enemy of the United States because they
I,
need and depend on us. And if they think they're going to cozy up with them other folks, then they can get a taste of whatever they get to.
well, I
Or we
want
gonna snatch them up. What they gonna do? If
look.
we want Greenland, they
But
only got
Shaheed
57,000
said they
people
better not
there,
say
y'all.
nothing. Shaheed
They
said they
got
better not
they
say
got
nothing, Stag.
57,000 people. Their population is 57,000 people. If we want Greenland, how they gonna stop us? Who gonna stop us? Who gonna
Who
stop
gonna check me,
the United
boo?
States from doing what they want to do? Because we're thumping all over this globe. Who gonna stop us? And y'all need to too. When countries get into trouble, they don't call China, they don't call Canada, they don't call Mexico. They call the United States when they having issues. They call us for money. They call us for security. They call us for weapons. They don't call no. They ain't calling Russia. They ain't calling Greenland. They ain't calling Denmark. They ain't calling the UK because none of them can help them. And if
You
they
right.
can't help them, then what y'all scared of? What you scared of? All together, China, Russia, Iran, all of them together, none of them came to check us about them boats and their money.
I was gonna say, so we got to touch because this was actually our first. We got to touch on all still in politics. Is so you think we about to have a government shutdown?
Of course we are. We called it as soon as they before they even uh signed the CR the last one. We was like we know they gonna shut it down again. Democrats is gonna shut it down again. They
Yeah.
gonna keep shutting it down. And you know why they're gonna keep shutting it down, Mom? They're gonna keep shutting it down because they don't want to these spending levels, because we still spending at Biden spending levels. They don't want
Mm-hmm.
those